Welcome back, ASLS 515. So we're on to video 3. So we're going to talk about citation tracing. A couple of things I always talk about when I talk about citation tracing is finding the full text of articles at UNC when you have the citation. So you're not in a database, you're not in Google Scholar, you've got a citation, you want to get your hands on that article. So we'll talk about that. We are going to talk about setting up Google Scholar to recognize you as a UNC person and the benefits of that. How to review articles, do that actual citation tracing. And then determining if an article comes from a peer-reviewed journal. So let's go ahead and get started. So I've got this article that I found in PubMed or through Web of Science or some other way. But I've got this article that I really like. It's on the topic that I'm interested in. So the very first thing that I'm going to do, maybe even before I read the whole article, is go down to the references, which is something I'm sure you all do, and take a look through that list of articles. This is especially important to do when you're having a tough time and you're not coming up with a lot of matches to your search queries. So take a look at who they referenced and see if there's any good articles there. So hold on for a second because I'm going to scroll really fast, so don't get seasick. All right. So I found this book. Sekhon is the author, Current Australian Speech-Language Pathology Practice in Addressing Psychological Well-Being in People with Aphasia After Stroke. I'm interested in getting my hands on this article. All right. So I'm going to take this title, and I'm actually, let me see, I'm going to have to, sometimes it's difficult to be able to capture a title, so this is how I'm going to make sure I can highlight it. Oh, and it's going to be in 2 pieces. All right, we'll take the longer piece. So you want the title of the article, and the single easiest way to get to the full text of an article at UNC is to use Google Scholar, which might be surprising to you, maybe not. So let me copy that off. So I'm going to minimize that. I'm going to come over here. You can go through the libraries to do this. So I'm going to go library. I'm going to go back to the research guide, health sciences, audiology and speech language sciences. Head over here to find journal articles by citation. This video will show you what I'm doing as far as setting up Google Scholar to recognize you. And here is a Google Scholar link. You can also just go to scholar.google.com. I'm going to paste in that title, or what I have of it. Let's see if it finds that. So this is the right one, Current Australian Speech-Language Pathology Practice in Addressing Psychological Wellbeing. So that's the right article. Notice over here, I've got this Find It at UNC button. And I've got this HTML possibility from T&F Online, which is Taylor and Francis, a publisher. You're getting these things here, at least the Find It at UNC, because I'm on the UNC campus doing this. Now, I'm not sure if the Taylor and Francis is always there, but if it's there without being signed in or recognizing you as a UNC student, it's going to ask you for money. So always go through this Find It at UNC. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. See if I can get the full text of this article. All right. So it takes me to the homepage of the publisher and this specific article. So I'm just looking for PDF. This time a PDF is green. Usually it's red, but publishers get to do whatever they want to. All right. So it's supposed to take me to the full text, but it doesn't do anything. It stalls in that white. But because it says missing article here, click here. So let me try that again. Link to that article. Wonder if that's just going to keep doing the same thing. Oh, there it is. So download that PDF. And here's my article. So Current Australian Speech-Language Pathology. I can save it now and do whatever I want. I can read it online. I can email it to myself, but I've got that article that I was interested in finding. So again, to do that, you just start out at Google Scholar, put in the title of the article, or in this case, a partial title of the article, and then look for that Find It at UNC after you confirm you've got the right article. And it'll take you through the steps of either finding it or maybe even requesting it if we don't have it. Remember, we get you any article you want. So now we need to talk about setting up Google Scholar to recognize you as a UNC student, right? So just remember, this video is here. It will show you how to do it, and you don't have to scroll back through my long video to find this. I'm going to go to the menu by Google Scholar. I'm going to go to settings. Now, sometimes the setting button is here. Sometimes it's right up here with a little grommet. So just look for this little flower or grommet shape. Settings, library links. You would type in University of Northern Colorado and search. It would come up with these top 3, but not have check marks on them. You're just going to put check marks then and save. And now it will show you that Find at UNC button. So you always want Google Scholar to be showing you that so you can get the full text really quick if you want. All right, so that's the Find It from a bibliography. But what's the problem with a bibliography? So let me bring up my article again. I'm going to close that out. So the problem with this article, let's see when this was published. Let me see. Maybe they don't have a date on it. Sorry, scrolling all the way to the top. This was published in 2017. So this is fairly new, but everything that's in the bibliography is going to be older than 2017, or older when this was published in 2017. So here's a 2004, here's a 1973, 2014, 2011, and so on. So sometimes you want to move forward in history. So what we want to know is, since this article has been published in 2017, who has cited this article? Because that's another way to find good articles on the same topic. So how are we going to do that? So I'm going to try again and copy that title, if it'll let me. All right, and I'm going to go back to Google Scholar, paste that title in, search for it. All right, so published in 2017, it's been cited 21 times since that time. So in a little bit more probably than a year, it's been cited 21 times, which to me says it's somewhat of an important study. So I want to see who cited it since then. All right, so I get a list of possibly books, but it looks like mostly journal articles. So 2017, 2016, 2018, any of these I can find at UNC. But what's a possible problem with that? Again, with Google Scholar, you never know if you're getting peer-reviewed journals or not. So for that reason, it looks like a lot of these are in a phraseology. So let's just go with a phraseology. I'm sure you guys know or may have heard of that journal. It is a peer-reviewed journal, but we need to check. Let's say we don't know. So I'm going to copy this off, come back to the library guide. Ulrich's Web is a database that you can use that will tell you whether or not a journal is peer-reviewed. It's the only thing you're ever going to want to use this journal for, or excuse me, this database for. It's a librarian's database. Gives me a lot of information about a journal I may need to know, but you are not going to want to use it for anything other than determining peer review. All right, so we get 2 links for phraseology. Sometimes you might even get 3 or 4. This has to do with, again, librarians and what they need. So they look at a journal and see different journals in that they come in different formats. So this is the print version of this. This is the online version of it. That doesn't matter to you. This is the same journal to you, and it's peer reviewed. So this little symbol, this little jersey, is meant to be a ref's jersey, which is the same thing often as peer reviewed. So it's kind of interchangeable terminology. So if I come in here and actually click on it, if you forget that, it says refereed right here, and yes. So we know that this is published in a peer reviewed. This article that we found was published in a peer reviewed journal. So we're good to go with that. All right, so I think we covered all of our objectives. I'm just going to check really quick before I turn off this recording. So set Google Scholar up, find the full text of an article from a citation, review articles that have cited a specific article, so that's that citation tracing, and determining if an article comes from a peer-reviewed journal. So this will be the shortest video you get to watch. All right, thanks. Until next time, keep calm and call your librarian.